Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Navvai Shift. Today I got my co-host Damari, and we've got a fruitful guest. His name is called Jacob. He's based over in the States. He's actually regards to the automotive and customer loyalty space, and he's actually transforming very quickly. Jacob, how are you? You well?
I'm great, guys. Thanks for having me on. Excited to
Mm.
chat.
Yeah, we're excited. And Jacob is the founder and CEO of Fasten Rewards. Jacob, is it all right if you can give us a brief intro to what Fasten Rewards does and
Yeah.
yourself?
So, hey, what's up, everyone? Jacob Zax. Fasten is the only credit card that I know of that gives people points on their auto loans and leases. Auto spend is the second largest form of non-discretionary recurring debt in America. $1.6 trillion being paid annually for auto loans. Auto spend is 5% of US GDP. We will give you 2 points back on your auto loan and lease, and then bonus points on all of your auto spend: parking, gas, insurance, tolls, maintenance, car washes, even the DMV. I don't know what we call the DMV in England, but it's the Department of Motor Vehicles over here. Yeah, and then those points can be redeemed for traditional credit card stuff like hotel and travel. We can also redeem at your dealership group. So you can go to any of the groups and use the points for service, maintenance, or even your next car. So, credit cards are really the points where you can go on your dream vacation. You want to be the credit card where you can go on your dream vacation and buy your dream car.
That's quite that's very unique. How did you
Yeah.
spot this? How did you spot this gap in the market?
Yeah. So great question. So I was living in Brooklyn and my wife, while we were having a baby. And so we moved up to the suburbs and I bought my first car basically in my entire life. I used my brother's car in high school and I went to college in a city. So I didn't have a car in college. And there's a company that's doing what we're doing in the rent space. So giving points on rent. And we decided that we will give, I was like, hey, why am I getting points for my rent and not my auto loan? And so I know the team over there, and I was like, "Hey, are you guys moving into auto?" They said, "No, we're moving into mortgages, but how about we come on as advisors, investors?" Really going after this large recurring spend. And then in the distribution side, right? Like obviously there are a lot of credit cards, so you really have to find your distribution niche. And I was like, hey, our points are auto related, and now we can also have it be a loyalty program for the dealership. So making sure that the points can go and be used dealership group wide is really as well. So yeah, that was it. Really kind of like a double-sided marketplace, but it's helping both sides, the dealer and the consumer. And
I'm
now I have a baby and a company. So
I'm interested to know what was the initial reaction from like dealerships and lenders when you presented this concept to them?
it's a real 0 to 1, right? Like people are like, oh, I'm spending the money anyway. I might as well get the points. So, it's a huge bill every month, right? It's the second largest form of recurring debt in America, non-discretionary. This is driving in America, right? So people are like, hey, I can now start to get money on this five, six, seven, $1,500 auto loan that I'm getting points on. It's a no-brainer. And we're a zero fee card. So it's really, it makes sense for anyone. If you have an auto loan, if you're starting it that day, or if you have, 10% left, it's like, why not get the points? And now you can use the points for your next car. So if you're at the end of your auto loan, you're probably getting your next car soon.
Yeah, no, I can't lie, Jacob. This definitely sounds like a no-brainer for me. I kind of have to ask, how you decide what feature to launch first versus what to kind of hold back?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you guys coming up with all the great questions. So the credit card is the longest thing to launch. Launching a credit card is a labor of love because it's a regulated financial services product. Frankly, now that we have it launched, that's our moat, right? So we all live in this world of AI where you can spin up a company. What used to take you a year and a half can now be done in 3 months. So we were like, let's build the card first. Sorry, CARD. I say card a lot, as you can imagine. Let's build the card first, and then go on and move on to the other products. But really getting the card out there, and having that initial value prop for the consumers and the dealers.
No, that makes a lot of sense. So from the beginning of when you did start the business, you had a clear vision of what it would look like, right? We're in business ourselves. So we understand that there's always like bumps and hurdles in the road. But like what's been like one of the toughest parts about the journey for you?
Yeah, some days in a startup, some days you think you're going to be the next Google, And some days you're like, this isn't going to last us another week. Right. And so it's going out there and having that just like general consistency, right? Like being consistent and strong for your team, being optimistic, right? Like going through and frankly, like I have, and so like the founder journey is one of waves. So, but it's also about like staying positive in there. There are groups that can help with this. There are other founders that you talk to. I have an executive coach who is incredibly helpful. And it's really going and persevering. And there are a lot of companies that have been, like we're frankly, like we're lucky. We have a lot of money in the bank and all of that. But there have been a lot of companies that are very successful that were like, hey, how are we going to make payroll next week? Every company, every founder has these moments. And so, it's going out there and proving it's a product that someone wants and that someone will pay for. And keeping that positivity and like understanding that there are delays, right? Like we had a 7-month delay. 7 months, right? But like, we powered through and we got the products out.
Yeah, and I can definitely see through your passion as well. You definitely strive through, just like a fast car, I must say.
Tracy Chapman.
But Jake, I have to ask. Obviously, in the UK, dealership retention has always been a pain point in auto sales. I can probably definitely imagine it's the same in the States as well.
Yeah.
So how does Fasten change that conversation?
Yeah. So we launched with our launch, only about 30% of consumers come back to their dealership for service and maintenance, but it's about 50% of dealer gross profit. And there's a stat that if a consumer comes back to their dealership for service, 74% of them return to that dealership for their next vehicle. That number drops down to 35% if you're going to, someplace else for your oil changes or your service and all that. And so, we want to make this it's like it's credit cards, right? Like it's credit card loyalty. I'm not going to come in here and like lie to anyone and say like I invented the secret sauce, right? Like airlines entire business model is basically based off of this, right? People have airline cards and they only fly those airlines. We all know people who have gone on like flight so they can go on another flight so they can go and like get status, right? Like it's all been there. We've all seen that happen. And so as I thought about this, I was like, hey, this model works. People understand it, right? Use it. And then also now we'll have ways for dealers to also like offer points for people to come in, right? 1,000 points for you to come in for an oil change or buy this extended warranty. But the key is now that those points are also in a flywheel. Like, so those points can be redeemed at the dealership. And it's like the airline cards, right? So it's a great process for people to go and get the points and then also have them redeem as opposed to like just like a broader travel credit card where the points can be redeemed for other things. But we also want to have broader rewards because on the consumer side, we want to make sure that we're going after a huge market, thriving in America. It's America. Everyone drives, right? So we want to say, hey, if we do this well, maybe not everyone will come back to the dealership, but it will definitely be enough people that will have a very meaningful change in your bottom line.
Yeah, no, definitely. I always say success leaves clues as well. So when you copy strategy is what other airlines are doing, it just makes logical sense.
Yeah, totally.
But I kind of have to ask, have you seen any unexpected benefits for dealers other than what you initially promised them?
Yeah. So I think the dealers see the benefit of the loyalty, but also we're coming out with a product that I can't really get into right now, but it's allowing dealers to also like use these points in a very tax advantage way. But I can't really get into it. But that's something we're very excited about. But I can tease it, but I can't really talk about it until we have a launch date. But how about I come back on and we can, talk about it then.
Hold you to that, Jacob.
Hold me to it. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here to chat anytime, but I'll fly over to England next time. We'll do it in person.
Can we have a electronic handshake on that?
Electronic handshake. There it is.
Done.
Electronic pinky swear.
I prefer the pinky swear.
Nice. Solidified. Lovely stuff. So in terms of like your customer base, or your ICP, how is it you get in front of them? Are you doing mass marketing? What's the story there?
So we have two different models, but I say we have 3 different marketing pillars. We have B2C. Hey, come up to the Fasten Card. Hey, anyone can sign up right now, fastencard.com. Come and sign up. But then it's also through the dealership. So it's a B2B2C model. So we need to go in and train the dealers and also make it obvious this is a benefit to the consumer, right? When you're going and getting your auto loan, if your auto loan's 8%, we're ostensibly making it 6%, right? With our rewards. So, but it's going in and training the dealers. So with that also comes the B2B marketing, right? So we have to get dealers signed up. And so we have like three very distinct, very strong marketing funnel channels that we really need to go and make sure that like we are firing on all cylinders on. And like, frankly, like we're a seed stage company. We're not a small team, right? And so as we go and as like we build this, we need to make sure that all of the different marketing departments are really like, which is really one person, it's marketing, but like right now, but like all the different marketing channels are speaking to each other. And then there's also the life cycle marketing, right? Credit cards work when people use a credit card. So how do we also make sure that people have benefits to go and use the card? So making sure people are signing up, but also using the dealers. And that's the whole thing is like, it's something that's advantageous towards the dealer and the consumer. And we need to have big signs on your auto loan, get rewarded for your auto loan, right? So people go and ask about this at the dealership. So people go and ask about this. That's really the key, right? That's really the key, making sure that's something that people want. And like we're in the awareness stage, right? That's why I'm talking to you guys, right? I talk to you anyway. I just signed a pinky promise, but I'm talking to you guys to make sure that we, that like people understand that this card exists.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think you kind of just touched on it. I think when you spoke on people get that signups, I think customer expectations around personalization has definitely skyrocketed. So how do you kind of ensure you're meeting that demand to actually get people to be signing up?
Yeah, that's a great question. We're launching in a very interesting time. Car prices have gone up 30% since 2020, and auto tariffs are about to kick in. Right? The 2026 models that are not on the lot yet are about to kick in. So how do we? So like like the demand for this product is strong. Frankly, like it's strong. It's there. And so as we go and we see this demand, how do we go and do that? And so like part of it's also like the debt side, right? Like we have to have a debt facility. It's not a traditional like venture debt, right? It is credit card debt where it is credit card debt like on a warehouse loan. So we need to make sure that all of this lines up because if we go and have like 1 million people sign up right now, that'd be great. We don't have that yet. Like we're on our way, slowly but surely. But like, we need to make sure that we can actually fund those receivables and people can actually use the card. And the whole key is also like we have immediate approval because we want people to go and put their first purchase, right? Like a down payment or whatever it is on the credit card, right? So day one, you sign up and you put down a multi-$1,000 payment. Like that's the key. That's really the key for us too. So we need to make sure that we have that funding there. And I have that funding both on the equity side and the debt side.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. You kind of definitely that's actually very, very insightful. So I kind of want to see that. Do you find the partnerships with like service providers or fuel stations play a big role in keeping customers as well?
Yeah, so those are things we're working on. We just signed a very large car wash group. They own thousands of car washes across the country, right? You get bonus points there. Drive and Shine, check them out. And you can like use our points to like get a pass. And so these are things that we are definitely interested in. Interested in like hey, we're small but mighty. We can only focus on like so many things right now. And so partnerships and like gas partnerships and all these things are very much in the works, but they're just not things that we have available today. And so some of them we do. And so sorry, like let me repeat that. So we like it's not that we have this like, like we're working on this, but like frankly, our first products are really like more consumer and dealer focused, and then we'll go out there. But anything that goes and benefits you. But we're also giving bonus points at the gas station, right? We're giving bonus points for all of this. We have things in the works that I'm really excited about. Things that I'm really excited about, but like really our main focus is on our two primary customer bases right now, which is the cardholder and the dealer. But if we get more things from the cardholder, that's a huge win.
So you're probably fair to say your fan base, your not fan base, your user base is growing, and congratulations on signing that new mega deal that's coming on board.
Thank you.
Nice. That's why we're in the business, right? To get new business. But as your fan base, as the base is growing, sorry, is delivering personalized rewards at scale without driving costs, is that becoming harder to manage?
That's definitely, yeah. So like that's something we want to work with like our, work with the dealers on, right? Like what moves the needle to get different customers, into the dealership for something, right? So Damari might need 1,000 points, Josh might need 500 points. Like those are things we want to go and personalize. But the good thing about this product is like, we're as I said, I'll say it once, I'll say it a million times, it's driving in America, right? So you have your auto enthusiasts who are spending a lot on their cars. But even if you're just the cost of the vehicle is not full car ownership, right? It's insurance, it's all the other things. And so we want to go and have that be, we want to go and have it be more personalized. And using AI tools can really go and help us with that too. So, these are things that we're going to want to build out into our, we're a financial services product, but we're going to want to, have AI tools and going to be coming out with like more personalized AI products. And those are all things that are in the works right now too. So, and then do it in a way that the dealers can also use to get more people in for your service or for the next vehicle.
Jake, I must say you're being very, very aggressive with it. I absolutely love it.
I'm not here to be. I'm going after a big market. I'm not here to go after build a small company.
And I can definitely see already why you're definitely disrupting the market in incredible fashion. So I definitely can't wait to see that.
Tell your American friends to sign up.
Well, I got you. I got you. But I kind of want to see that has expanded into that new states or regions change where you operate internally.
Yeah. So we've been reached out to by a lot of RV dealerships. RV loans are 15 to 20 years. It's basically a mortgage, right? And so, people have a lot of expenses. We want to we'll move into RV, boat, power sports, motorsports, right? Like the world is our oyster. And people who own those products generally are very into them. So they have a lot of expenses. So why not get rewarded on all of that? Right. And so like right now, like if it, like we're focusing on auto dealers, but we're also in discussions with RV dealers. So and like as we go and move on to that, like that's our growth opportunity. Yeah. You guys have a car? You guys drive?
I do drive.
Yeah. So
I'm currently in a ban. It's another conversation.
yeah.
Jacob, go on, let's hear the pitch. Go on, pitch me. Let's hear it.
Well, do you have an auto loan? All right. Well, are you spending money on gas and insurance every month?
Sadly, yeah.
Are you optimizing your spend on that? Are you optimizing your points? And then when you get your next car, can you use that credit card and those points towards your next vehicles to help to decrease the cost of your vehicle?
I think no.
I definitely got you. Fastencard.com. Apply.
See, Jacob, this is the thing that I feel like something like this can be used globally because a lot of this, of course, there's definitely a big impact in America, in the UK, in Europe. A lot of people are going through the same problems and having to pay so much on their cars.
Totally. Like right now, let me tackle America so we can go and expand. But yeah, it's everyone has an auto loan, right? Like everyone has a lease. This is a standard product, and that's the thing, right? Like it's 0 to 1. People are spending hundreds, if not over $1,000 a month, and we're going to go and give bonus points on that.
That's incredible. I think kind of once you take over the stage, the world's your oyster, really.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, on to the next. Or maybe I'll host the podcast with you guys.
Me and Josh will come to America and we'll make that happen. He promises I'm ready.
He promises for everyone.
100%. And we take our ping promises very seriously, Jake.
I mean, you have to. Their word is bond.
100%. Most definitely. But I kind of wanted to also ask, what lessons have you kind of learned about compliance and trust as a business has grown?
Well, I think that trust and compliance, I think this is a life lesson that I like to think about a lot, just like broadly. Trust with the team is the most important. Difficult conversations make good relationships. Being able to have those difficult conversations and also like saying, hey, I take responsibility, right? Like I'm the CEO of this company. The buck stops here. Everyone has their own responsibilities, but if something like big is a screw up, then like that's on me. But like everyone is here to help and grow this and like help people and help dealers. And so we're all here to like, go and grow this entire product. But we have to be honest with ourselves and honest with each other on what on what can be done and what's not going well and what is going well. go use the data. And life, especially now we have a lot more data, but it's about data and gut, right? There's always going to be a balance between the two. We're all human. And so as we think about this, we need to go and kind of like run with both of those. And so, hey, some things are going to work out, some things aren't, especially at this stage before we have a lot of data.
I wanted to just go back on something that you did say, Jacob, and you said you are going to start looking to get implemented, which is artificial intelligence. Can we just go into that a little bit more? Like, what, what's pulling you towards that, getting AI implemented in your business? Because there's quite a lot of businesses that don't.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not doing AI, you're not starting smart. So first up, we're doing a bunch of AI marketing. We're doing we're going to move into AI, like, underwriting and do like smarter underwriting to get more creditworthy people on the card. But then beyond that, we also are going to want to do, like AI point distribution, right? What gets different people moving, right? Be as optimized as you can with point distribution. And those are things we're all going to want to go and build out. And there are all these questions, right? Like, are these products or are these features, right? Like the credit card's the core product, right? Like that's the thing we're going after. But any feature that we can have to go increase our product suite to make the card more beneficial for consumers and for dealers, like, we'll go and look at it. And you're not using AI right now, you're not working well. And it's also a way like, hey, you can use different like sales forces and all of that stuff, right? Like, what we're just in the nascency of this. I was listening to a VC, a big AI VC speak, and he was saying if you compare the AI bubble to the dot-com bubble, Amazon isn't founded and Mark Zuckerberg is in nursery school, right? Like, think about that. We are in the true nascency of this, right? Like what this was a week ago, a month ago, 6 months ago. Like, think about the changes, right? And so, the world is moving so quickly with this, and what this will be in 5 years is going to be very, very hard to predict. So why not go and take advantage of what we have now and iterate, improve.
I 100% agree with you. In terms of like your onboard and integration with partners, have you used any automations within that space out of curiosity?
We are actually setting that up right now, but yeah. So we use a program called Tune that we love for like attribution, and we are using like different like AI training tools as well for our dealer partners. Making sure that people are going and getting stuff done, but also just work AI workflows as well. Say like, hey, someone signs up, what are they going and making sure that all that's done, but also being smart about it and in our sales processes and all of that, AI is being used multiple times a day. You guys have any recommendations of something we can do to improve?
We got a few in mind for sure. But I think, as we said, we can't be throwing all our secret sauce on the podcast.
Awesome, great.
But no, just what I was going to say, just before we do round off the episode, there was just something I wanted to tap into, which was just, of course, you're a CEO and founder, Jacob. So it's always good to tap into the mindset side of things. And I can see that, of course, the vision is clear and you know obviously where you are going. But what's like one of the milestones, I'd say, for this year that you're looking to hit?
Yeah.
That's for yourself, but also I'll say the company as well.
When I started this company, I looked at my wife when she was 3 months pregnant, and I said, "I think I want to start a company." And the milestones are cardholders, right? Like for us, this company lives and breathes with cardholders, right? And then cardholders bring benefits to the dealers, and so our goal is to get hundreds of thousands of millions of cardholders, and that is doable. We are going after a large market. Within our underwriting band, there are 100 million people in America, right? And so our whole thing is making sure that we go and get out there and we go and get out there and get cardholders. Because frankly, if you want to help just like lower your loan, why not do it? And so that's our whole thing is cardholders, dealer products. And then that's how you go. That's how you scale. That's how you grow. So that's it.
Yeah, and I can also imagine kind of when you said that your wife was 3 months pregnant when you started the business, I think that extra motivation itself kind of just ensured that you had no choice but to strive for greatness. And that's exactly what you're doing.
Exactly, right? Like, we're not going after a niche. We're going after a big market. So let's go make it big.
When your wife was 3 months pregnant, was there any pinky promises or Just
Sorry, what was the question?
say
Yeah.
when your wife. I said when your wife was 3 months pregnant. Was there any pinky promises, or was it just absolute certainty this is going to happen?
Don't ask a man about the intimacies of his marriage. Yes.
Understood.
No, no.
I thought we had the pinky promise thing unlocked there.
Yeah.
Right.
No. You know, I mean, frankly, like it's a huge support system. And now, hold on, here. Let's see. Now I got a baby. I got a baby and a baby in a company and a very supportive wife. Right? Like, you know, being the spouse of a founder, being the partner of a founder can be very difficult, right? It's you know, it's a real support system. And my wife actually starting, she's going back to school. So she's starting school today. She's becoming a therapist. So perfect for me.
Nice.
100%. I was going to also ask, what's kind of be one of the most important lessons kind of building this business in terms of building a network of strong, lasting partnerships?
Yeah, it's, you know, it's show value, right? Go and show value, make it get simple, right? And the value and the conversation that you might have with someone might be different with someone else. Our conversation with our cardholder is different than our conversation with our dealer, is different than our conversation with, you know, Shine and Drive, right? And so how do we make sure that these dealers these cardholders are all seeing the very value in the way that they perceive it? Everyone has a different perceived value. And so that's really the key on that end.
No, it's amazing. No, I really appreciate that insight for sure, Jacob. But yeah, Jacob, this has been a very interesting conversation. And to be honest, the energy has been thriving the whole conversation. So I really do appreciate your time today.
Well, that's why we pinky promised.
And yeah, so we'll see. So this time next year or before, we'll be seeing you in London and you'll be seeing us in New York.
Perfect. I have a wedding in London next summer. So, you know, I'll definitely be there for that.
I'll put it in my calendar.
I don't know when it is, but we'll see. Awesome. Well, guys, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And if anyone wants to find me, fastencard.com is our website. I'm the only Jacob Zaks in the world. So you can find me on LinkedIn and we'll make it happen.
We'll link it. We'll link it in the description below for people.
Awesome.
We got you.
Thanks, guys.
Well, yeah, that's another episode of Navvai Shift. Jacob, again, we thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you.